Alright everybody, this is part one of a cut together multi-part, probably going to take a couple hours to make it video because Rachel has math class in 5 minutes. I wanted to try to make a quick little video, we'll see how that works out, showing you how to make my lowish point potato salad, which is my Weight Watcherified version of Ina Garten's potato salad. So, and I'll provide a link when it's all done to the recipe pages. So for this one, we are using a 1.5 pound bag of small thin-skinned potatoes. They could be red potatoes, yellow potatoes, whatever. Don't use russet. This is for the smaller, more delicate, thinner skinned potatoes. We're going to get a pot of water to a boil. People who like the vegan, organic, super healthy stuff, feel free to boil Evian. I'm using tap water because that's how I roll. So we are going to pour in our 1.5 pounds of potatoes. Let it come back up to a boil and let it go for 15 minutes. Alright everyone, it has been 15 minutes. Sorry if suddenly a very loud video comes on in the background. Rachel's doing her math class right now. Over there. Rachel, say hi, Weight Watchers.
Hi, Weight Watchers.
Alright, and we're back. So it's been 15 minutes. These have been boiling. Turn off the heat, and there's the video again. Now what we want to do is lift these up, let them drain. And I'm just going to set them over here. And what we want to do is we want to put, so that they kind of steam. Oops, sorry. I can't really set up stands or anything right now. We want to put a paper towel, a dish towel over the top and just let it sit there for 10 minutes and just let it kind of steam. Alright, these have been cooling / steaming for about 10-15 minutes. Rachel is done with math class. Hi Rachel.
Hi, puppy.
Jesse, say hello.
Hello.
He's eating french fries. He has therapy in 14 minutes. So while she was in math class, I got the dressing ready for the salad. It's a whole lot of green right now. It is a 1/2 cup of plain fat-free Greek yogurt, 1 tablespoon light mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon stone ground mustard. Now what I mean by that is stone ground mustard. Now if you use whole grain mustard, that's more points. Stone ground mustard, some brands let you have 1 tablespoon for 0 points. So scan the different brands at the store and get one that lets you have 1 tablespoon for 0 points. That's what I use. 2 to 3 tablespoons to taste of dill pickle relish, 1 tablespoon of water to thin this baby out, and a whole lot of fresh dill, a 1/4 cup of finely chopped fresh dill. It pretty much takes a whole bunch of it. 1/2 teaspoon of pepper and up to 3/4 teaspoon of salt to taste. It's going to be very salty right now. But once we dress it with all the potatoes, everything else, it really spreads it out, and it really does need that, otherwise it tastes bland. Also, chopped up a 1/2 cup of celery and 1/3 of a cup of red onion. Because I'm pressed for time, and one thing I have been able to cook my entire life is hard-boiled eggs. For time constraints, I bought a package of those hard-boiled eggs from the grocery store. For the greenies, I chopped up, well, you can chop up 2 egg whites and it will stay 0 points. Because I'm on blue, I chopped up 4. You can use yolks if you want. If you're on blue and purple, it won't affect the points. For greenies, I always try to be conscious. This is 4 egg whites for me, but the recipe calls for 2 to take into account the constraints of the folks on the green plan. So that's the dressing. Let me get the potatoes over.
Wow.
Okay, I hope you all enjoy the kids' music soundtrack in the background. Everyone has their own theme music. Mine apparently is the baby channel. So the next thing we're going to do is we have all of our potatoes, but we don't want big giant chunks of potatoes. So for these larger ones, my personal preference is I, cut them into quarters. But for the very large potatoes, I cut them into smaller pieces. So out of the large ones, we get 10, 12. We can get up to 14 small, nice, bite-sized chunks versus having huge quarters of potatoes. That's for the large ones. For these smaller sized potatoes, these I'll just quarter. No problem. But and I prefer to keep the skins on. I like that texture in there. But for the large potatoes, I'll cut those into a few sections. And we're going to do that with all the potatoes and put them into a mixing bowl. Alright, we are back. All of our potatoes are chopped up. My kids are watching Squeak on YouTube. I'm going crazy over here, folks. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to mix in the dressing. Now, if you want to err on the side of caution, you don't want it to be too salty, you can put just a half a teaspoon of salt in the dressing. And if later on you feel it needs more salt, you can always add it later. So we're just going to fold until this is well dressed like it is. And once it's there, now we are going to fold in the 1/3 cup of finely diced red onion and 1/2 cup of finely diced celery. Until well mixed. And now, the regular recipe once again calls for just the egg whites of 2 hard-boiled eggs. I'm using 4 because I'm on green. I'm on blue. I need coffee. I don't need egg whites. And these we are going to fold in.
Bye.
And this is sorry camera. This is my Weight Watchified version of Paula Deen's mustard and dill potato salad with a few tweaks. And apparently Rachel just turned into a dolphin. So I'll post the link for the recipe so you guys can all download the free page, check it out, all that stuff. Let me see. This actually makes, where is it, so I can tell you how much I made when I measured it. It made 5.5 cups of pasta salad, 7 3/4 cup servings. The first serving, 2 points on green, 2 points on blue, 0 on purple. You purple people are so lucky with your 0-point potatoes and stuff. So I'll post the link. If you let this sit in the fridge, the flavors develop, meld, and mild out a little bit, and it's really good. So, thanks guys.